This figure is just as big and beautiful as you would expect it to be. So in this video, we're gonna open it up, check it out, and of course, do our best to take some toy photography with it. Oh man, this is big. This is a big boy. Is this the biggest figure I've done on this channel? This might just be the biggest figure I own. When this thing showed up on my doorstep, I didn't even know what the hell it was. I was like, what is this? Why is there a giant, massive crate, cardboard box on my doorstep? It was actually just King Ghidorah showing up on my doorstep. And oh my gosh, I am so excited about this figure. This thing is so cool. Just look at this. So we've got the Hiya Toys King Ghidorah. Is it Ghidorah or Ghidorah? I've heard people say Ghidorah, but I think it's Ghidorah. Either way, this is King Ghidorah from King of the Monsters from Hiya Toys, and boy, this thing is crazy. It's huge, and honestly, this figure is like $109, which, if you think about it, yeah, that's a lot for an action figure, but it seems kind of reasonable for this, doesn't it? 109 bucks? I don't know. This is my first kaiju size figure that's this big. This is legitimately kaiju size, I think. That seems like an incredibly reasonable price. Hiya Toys really is doing great with everything they're putting out, and really the price point is always so good. Like, man, good job, Hiya Toys. And this figure looks awesome. So if you have been watching my channel at all, you'll know that I've been kind of going through a little bit of a Godzilla journey, watching old movies, new movies, getting lots of figures. So I've got a ton of great Godzilla and kaiju content on the channel already, and a lot more to come in the future too. So if you're not subscribed already, I would definitely recommend subscribing. You won't regret it, I promise. Plus, I need your help with recommendations for more Godzilla movies. I've been watching a bunch of them. I need more of them, so please give me more of those recommendations. So if you'd like to get this figure that I've got right here, head to the link I've got in the description to entertainmentearth.com. Thank you, Entertainment Earth, for sending this figure over to me. Entertainment Earth has such a massive selection of Godzilla stuff. Hiya Toys, SH Monster Arts, and even if you're not into the crazy articulated stuff, they've got tons of other great, just cute Godzilla stuff. I ordered this Godzilla hat recently, which I'm pumped. I actually had to pre-order this hat. Has anyone ever pre-ordered a hat before? There's actually a couple different versions of this, and this is like a darker painted version. I'm pretty sure there's a few Ghidorahs in stock right now, so make sure to use my link and my discount code because you'll save some money and it helps me out a lot too. So thank you, thank everybody. I'm very happy. So I actually did a rewatch of King of the Monsters recently, and I didn't love it when I first saw it the first time, but then after watching it the second time, I was like, what am I talking about? This movie is awesome. It almost made me sad that King Ghidorah's dead, at least out of the Monsterverse for now. Come on, maybe we can get the Mecha Ghidorah in the future? Wow, check him out. He's big. Like, look how big he is. Well, I'm actually really impressed. I got him to stand up as is without even putting his tail in or using any of the stands. Spent maybe like a minute to do it, but it worked, which is actually really impressive. Yeah, look how he's huge. And the first thing I kind of noticed when I opened up the box and I saw his 3 necks is that underneath in here, it really looks like a real snake. I've picked up and held and caught several snakes in my age, and it's crazy how much it really looks like his necks are like a real snake. It's really kind of weird. Okay, let's put his tails in, because that was kind of fun. In the last video, I put a tail in with the Godzilla -1 Super 7. So let's see if this is like a really crazy thing, trying to put the tails in. Okay, well, he's got 2 little buttholes for his tail. All right, here he goes, number 1. Oh man, all right. We have another situation like before, I think. I might have to just heat this up. Yeah, I'm not gonna, honestly, let me just heat this up. 1 cup of Ghidorah tails. Who ordered the cup of Ghidorah tails? Hot, straight out of the microwave. Hopefully this makes a difference. These are hot. Oh, it even says right too. Come on. Come on. Jeez, I'm not even getting anywhere here. What the heck? The instructions actually say use a hairdryer or hot water to put them in first. Not just recommended, you gotta do that. But I did that already and it didn't work. Okay, I heated it up again for like twice as long. This water's boiling, so ooh, this is very flimsy. Hopefully this works this time. Ooh, that's hot. All right, here we go. You can probably see the steam on video right now. So this is our, ooh, there we go. Okay, yeah. Okay, you just really gotta heat it up a lot. Like, you know when you heat up your figure and you're like, oh, that's probably pretty good. Ooh. No, do it longer. Ow, geez, that's hot. It's literally boiling water, but it really, ow, made a big difference. Ha, oh. Okay, they are in, but I am gonna let that sit and rest so they harden up a little bit. Finally. Okay, his tails are officially in and he's good to go. So really make sure you heat those up a lot before you go for it. Save yourself the time and effort that I just had to go through. And look how beautiful he is. Damn, he's so big. And so each one of these wings, you can actually pop in and out. Let's see, so they have like a little socket. Pop that out, pop this out. I think what you can do is kind of fold. So if you ever want the wings to be a little bit less huge, kind of fold a little bit. Make sure you pop them into their little sockets. Yeah, that's about right, I think. So he really is quite like a sight to be had, to be held, whatever that saying is. He's huge and he's really beautiful. Like, this is certainly a big piece to add to a collection that was really gonna like make somebody say, whoa, like he's shocking. He's huge and awesome. Like if you ever want to have something in your collection where if you have people over and they're like, they see something and they're like, whoa. I guess that's kind of like this, like even more than like a hot toy. Hot toys are great and they're amazing, but like they're not striking like this is. I'm very happy with the fact that I can have him up like this and look great and not even need a stand. Like he's totally good to go like this, you know, just like, I love that. But if you do want to use a stand, he's got 3 different bases here and then like a little belly holder and a couple of different things too to like one hold him up with his belly or by his wings. So with this one, I kind of set it up like this, I guess, and it kind of fits right under like that. So if you want to have him leaning more forward, then you can have him standing like that, which looks really good. So there's also these like tuning fork looking ones. So I guess put them on like this. And all of these stands are adjustable. Like you can have them as long or as short as you like. If you saw the Mothra Godzilla video I did, these are the same kind of stands. Sneak that in there like that. And there he goes. And you can hold him up that way too. Kind of like the belly version more. On his little chicka under his oh, my surface is very slippery, so he's sliding a little bit. But yeah, stands work like that too. So the detail in the faces and stuff is just awesome. Really, really great. Looks exactly how he looks in the movie. I'm actually noticing one of his mouthpieces is off. Like his jaw is outside. I might have to fiddle with that. See, that's kind of like outside of his mouth a little bit. Scoot it back in. There we go. Now he's good. Beautiful articulation in the mouth. Oh, it popped back out again. There we go. And the tongue too. God, I gotta love tongue articulation, right? But the faces all look great. Hiya Toys does such a good job with the mixture of detail, articulation, and affordability. Like everything's all in there. Man, just all the detail from the wings to his face to his back, his tail, everything is just spot on and just beautiful. Like every inch of him is really great. So this $109 is so worth it. The value is there. I really do believe that. It's this is a really freaking cool figure. So as far as articulation though, there's a little bit going on. His neck does move. Not a crazy amount though. I mean, you can get him to kind of look straight up, but not completely though. There's still some curvature going on there, but it's close enough. You can definitely twist the faces enough, move the mouths and the tongue, of course, like I just talked about. And the legs have some joints up in here, on the knees and on the ankles as well. So you can stretch them out a little bit, have them stand up taller, I guess. And can you have them kind of looking at each other and bickering? Yeah, you definitely can. And the wings, so each one of these that pops out, there's a joint up in here. So there's 3 joints here, so you can kind of twist that. There you go. So now he looks like a little windmill. And then there's a joint here, a couple joints here. Honestly, I don't know what I would really do with all this articulation in the wing like that, but you can do it. It does the job. Articulation is great. I think as much as I would want, I've got it. And honestly, a little more than I would need. And so even like this is a little bit of a different kind of pose with the wings more upright and less wide. And he stands up quite great actually without even the stand. I don't know what else you could possibly want from something like this, you know? Like it's really awesome. Well, I suppose I should probably measure this guy, huh? So his middle head is a foot. And I could probably stretch him out taller, you know, if I did a little more of this. Well, yeah, it's more than a foot now after that. The wing is almost 15 inches or so from the ground, but if we were to do more of the wide stance. So a wide stance, like 23 inches. Okay, let's flatten him on his belly. So from head to tail then, about 18 inches or so. Roughly, you know, there's some curves going on here, but he's a big boy. Big boys, I guess. Time to compare. Here he is compared to Mothra, which seems to fit. Actually, kind of would have thought Mothra would be smaller compared to him, but it seems to work. And this is also the Hayatoy's Mothra, by the way. And here he is compared to Hayatoy's Godzilla, which, yeah, I think the scaling is on point. I think the scale's perfect. And then if you also wanted to check to see, compared to a Monster Arts, he's also pretty good there too. He works with pretty much whatever you got, I think. Okay, well, what's the deal? Is this a W or is this an L? W, L. $109 is a steep price point no matter who you are. I don't care, it's a lot for an action figure, a toy, whatever. But considering you're getting something this large and something this detailed from head to toe and also something this articulated, it all kind of adds up. Plus you're getting 3 stands. I think that the value dollar-wise is there. It's like if you think of like Super 7, Godzilla -1 was $85. This is only like $25 more. And this is way better. It's crazy, so I think it's totally worth that. I had 0 complaints on this guy whatsoever, except for the tails were kind of a pain, but I kind of figured that out, you know, just heat them up a lot, and that worked out just fine. So this is a W for sure. Like, look, he's even got a W within his body. He is literally a W, see that? So there you go, there's your answer, W for Ghidorah. Dang, how the heck am I gonna take a picture of this giant freaking thing? I have no idea, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. We gotta do it. It's a shooting reviewing video. Let's go for it. Okay, I'm all set up. I've got the riskiest, craziest thing happening. As you can see, King Ghidorah is right here. The cliff is right there, but right now there's a root right here, which I've tucked his tails under, which is kind of a godsend right now because these wings, you know, are definitely very susceptible to the wind right now, but everything is working out quite nicely. I've also got a bunch of these little trees set up, which have been falling out. I was really terrified at first, but I feel really good about this photo. So if you've seen in any of my other Godzilla videos, I really talk about making sure there's nothing in the background taller than the kaiju. The kaiju should be the biggest thing, no trees or anything in the background. And I've also put these trees down here to kind of give that scale, which hopefully is gonna make Ghidorah look and feel as big as he's supposed to be. Plus, I've got this crazy bright light going on over here, which is just making for this incredibly dynamic looking photo. And it's really working out quite well, I think, for this shot. Actually, I'm getting a whole lot more looks and people talking to me than ever right now because I've got this giant Ghidorah thing and this beautiful day everyone's walking. So since I've got my camera set up a little bit lower than where Ghidorah is, and I've got the sun back there and the trees, it's really making him look quite large in the shot, which is fantastic. So if I take my light reflector, bounce off some of the light from behind there to the front of Ghidorah, it's gonna make for a really great shot. Also, I'm gonna take some of this dirt over here and kick it up, get a little bit of atmosphere going on too, so that'll add a bit to it as well. And as long as I'm holding my remote in this hand, doing it all at the same time, it hopefully will come out and look pretty good. So here are my settings for the shot. I've got 4.5 as my f-stop. It's a little bit bigger because I want to get as much in focus as possible. All of his heads plus a less of a shallow depth of field really works with bigger kaiju stuff. It just kind of works out and makes it feel less small. So my shutter speed's at 500, which is perfect for the light I've got right now. Any brighter it would be too washed out, and same the other way. Any faster it'd be too dark. But it is nice to have a little bit of speed too, because I'm going to kick up some dust. There are some moving particles going on, which does require a faster shutter speed. And my ISO is at 320. It's usually at 400. Maybe I changed that by accident. Well, either way, it's fine. Lower than 400 is even better. So that's pretty much it for my settings right now. I forgot to mention where I am, by the way. I'm at Peebles Island in Cohoes, New York. This is where I go all the time for a ton of my photos. It's a beautiful, beautiful place, especially this time of year with all this crazy light going on. So I'm gonna go take the shot now. Hopefully it works out with, the wind is crazy. Hopefully it works out with everything I've got going on and I don't lose Ghidorah, fall off the cliff or anything. So let's just go and take the shot. Man, I have no clue how Hiya Toys does it, because this figure is flawless and it's massive and it's beautiful and awesome. And honestly, the price point, $109, really seems reasonable for this thing. And I'm not gonna lie, I feel pretty proud of myself for being able to take a photo of something this big. But if you did enjoy the video, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel. I've got so much more Godzilla stuff to come. This photo, of course, will be posted onto Instagram and onto Twitter and TikTok, so make sure to follow my work over there as well. All the links to that stuff is in the description, just along with everything else. And as always, thank you so much for watching and getting this far into the video, and I will see you in the next one.